I wasn't sure what kind of video I would make today because I have a much longer podcast in store for tomorrow morning. And when I say podcast, everything now is YouTube, video, blog, aka vlog. And that's just the way that my channel is going to run until further notice. What I was going to suggest was, or sort of touch on today, is there's a big misconception when it comes to hitting your protein goals and sort of misconstruing even my words when I'm talking about prioritizing protein. And what it means, what I mean by that is when it comes to weight loss and like body reduction, again, what such a big majority of us are trying to do, especially those using retatrutide or any other type of GLP-1. Of course, retatrutide is a special category all on its own. You have to understand that we obviously want to preserve muscle. I think all men and women know now that we want to preserve as much muscle as we age as possible. So if I'm speaking to you, likely that you're 35 to like 65, and you understand we want to preserve lean mass and we want to lose body fat. Protein number matters a lot. However, when it comes down to saying, oh man, I really haven't gotten my 100 grams, this today, I haven't gotten my 150 grams, whatever it is. If you're not hungry, you've got to step back and say, hey, look, or if I'm a little full or bloated or whatever it is, that's my body telling me, like, slow down, take it easy, stay in sort of fat burning mode. And what I mean by that is you can accelerate fat loss via fasting, intermittent fasting, AKA if you're not really eating anything, your body, assuming you are exercising and moving, you're going to burn more calories. And if you are metabolically healthy, burn more fat. The issue becomes people get so fixated on their protein number, which is great for preserving as much lean mass as possible. However, when you're losing weight, you're going to lose some amount of muscle and some amount of fat no matter what. So please don't confuse preserving lean mass or as much mass as possible as not losing any at all while you're losing body mass, body size, fat, and some muscle, because that's the way it works. Like it's inevitable. That's just the way it works. Unless you're a bodybuilder trying to build as much lean mass as humanly possible, completely different, spectrum. They're not going to miss a meal. You, if you're starving, eat. If you're not, wait. That's sort of the big take-home message. And one thing I'll say before I get out of here is there's something that people say, like in the fitness community, a lot of health coaches and a lot of doctors and a lot of, therapists that work with patients or, healthcare practitioners that work with patients like I do. It's, how do we say this? People don't really want to accept the uncomfortable feeling or uncomfortable truth sometimes as to just how little they need to eat when it comes to rapid, not a good word, but sustained, even in a short-term weight loss, because everybody has a goal. A lot of times, especially even me, I work with clients on sort of 3-month milestones over the course of a year, right? So there, I just gave you a lot of what I do. It's 3-month milestones over the course of, 4 quarters, right? 3, 6, 9, 12. So over that time period, or if you want to do 3 quarters, you can do 4 months. But what I am saying, it's just me being me, what I am saying is that's the important takeaway. You cannot outtrain a bad diet. You cannot lose weight without being in a caloric deficit. True. You can retain lean mass and slowly lose body fat and sort of transfer your body composition by hitting protein goals and prioritizing macros and understanding how strict sort of caloric prioritizing works. But very often people really misconstrue, especially men between 40 and 60, misconstrue, I got to get my protein. If you're eating too many calories and you step out even a little bit and that adds up over the course of 5 to 7 days, you're probably not going to be where you want to be in the waistline. You're probably not going to be where you want to be in your body composition. Now, what I do, again, is like a slow, gradual burn. I'm all about sustainability, and everything I preach is sustainability. But I realize my message might have gotten misinterpreted recently by somebody when it came to the protein number. And I realized, I said, do you understand your first priority is to get to this body weight based off of your own goals? So then it's my expectations. And lastly was not only with that body weight would come a certain body composition. So do you want your legs or do you want your waistline to look a certain way? Women, legs, men, waistline. And the answer is always an astounding yes. And then you go and do that thing. And how do peptides play a role? Because I want to address this before I get out of here. They're always going to play a role in the sense of you don't really need that crazy, over-resounding discipline, and it's not sustainable and it's so hard. The peptides, certain peptides, especially stacking and dosing properly, really help you not have to have this overbearing willpower that you used to back before these became so well known and so well understood, and so much anecdotal evidence exists as to just how much they can help you with your appetite control. So that's the message for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. And until next time, it's Dr. Perlman.